really short shorts and some clothing, and they put the young child, the young lady, their daughters in the same outfit, matching outfit that is not really appropriate for the age, and that is not passing on, in my estimation, even though this seems to be the norm these days. That is actually passing on a trend, to let the child feel like, yes, I have to dress this way to get attention, and if I don't dress this way, I'm old and no one will see me. But that is such a lie. Moderation is still a thing. I would encourage ladies who do this to think about it. Look at your choices of clothing that you're wearing. Um, Look at the choices of places that you go and the things you expose, especially your young daughters to. Many of you didn't have guidance, but all of us, we know wrong from right. So it is a responsibility. God has given us children, given women the ability to bear children, not as just as bearers, but to nourish them, and with the help of the fathers to lead them along the right path. So that is my those are my few words of encouragement to women across the world. Whoever is watching this, don't lose your confidence. Stick to what you want, especially if it's a good thing, and don't let anyone tell you you want too much, or as Jamaicans would say, your chest too high. Go after what you want, and don't let anyone you feel like because you're holding out for the right person, or you're holding out for this or that. So let them let you feel like you're wasting your time, because it's not a waste of time. At the end of the day, you will get what God has for you, and you'll be happy when you're sitting in looking out and others who try to pull you down. So ladies, don't let anyone pull you down. Encourage yourself in the Lord. And young ladies, old ladies, middle age, older ladies, middle age, if you have not accepted the Lord as yet, He is waiting here for you. He have called women in a time like this to be strong, to stand up with the men, because there's many of us more than the men. So He has called us to stand with the men, to declare the kingdom of God to the world, especially now where children are becoming motherless and fatherless. If you can help take care of a child, teach them the right thing, you don't have children of your own, just guide someone, help someone along the way as women, so that your living will not be in vain. So those are my few words today to women. Strive to be the best, strive to come out as pure gold, as my poetry said. Um, just be strong, industrious, be woman of Proverbs 31. Don't be an idler. Don't be an idler. And young women, partying profit nothing. Because at the end of the day, you've exhausted your body, deteriorated your body, which is the temple of God, and going around with men, many men, it's just deteriorating your body, and at the end of the day, you're just messed up with all type of spirits, and that actually lowers your self-esteem. And I'm definitely sure when you think about it, you will realize that that is what is happening to you. And even someone who seems to be successful in life, they have low self-esteem as well when it comes on to relationship, and when it comes on to their past, because they remember their past. Their past is ever in their present. So what you can do is just you know uh, give yourself a standard. Make yourself someone who has a standard that you will not allow anyone to degrade, not even yourself, because as as people, as flesh, we often sabotage our own happiness and success. So if you realize that you're going down that path, young ladies or older ladies, middle age, just get yourself together and say to self, you cannot do this, you cannot sin before the Lord like this woman of God. Those who are not saved as yet, you have to set your priorities straight, even though you might not know God as yet. Realize that you have a purpose and say to yourself, I cannot do this. This will lead me down this path because the Lord has put in um, two ways before us, good and bad. So as humans, we do have the choice to choose. We do have a conscience. So even if you're not a child of God yet, with the Holy Ghost to lead you, you will still have an unction, a push in your spirit to know that if you're thinking along certain lines, that it is wrong. And it is when we are drawn away by our own lust that we fall prey to the lust of the flesh, the pride of life, the lust of the eyes as well. So, ladies, I just want to encourage you to continue your good work, whatever you're doing, the good things you're doing. Those who have not started to do good things, you have not been an example. Don't be jealous of someone else that is doing a good thing. Even in the high school or school setting, there's a lot of jealousy. There may be a lot of jealousy between females. Females tend to have a lot of conflict, but don't look at another girl in your school and say, oh, she's better than me and this and that. Never judge anyone that you're better than you. Confidence in yourself, and if you realize that you see someone with a trait that you like to be like emulate them. Don't as Jamaican say, don't be bad mind. Try to emulate them and be good because that's a good jealousy. There's something that in the Christian world we call godly jealousy. It's something parallel to that type of jealousy that I'm referring to be jealous to for good things. So it's always good to be jealous for good things, but don't allow covetousness to take over young ladies, especially if you're in high school or college or so, because that's a trend that I realized based on observing in schools and even watching videos and so forth. And young ladies as well, you don't need to be fighting over men. There's no need for you to fight over men. If you have to fight, that means one, the person is not for you, and you have to be lowering your standard. And whoever is for you or whatever is for you, believe that it will come to you. Um, you don't have to force something to come to you that is yours. It will come to you. Yes, and if you realize from maybe if you have experience already that you forced something and it turned out bad, use that as an example and don't allow it to happen to you again. If you saw it happen to your older siblings, your mother, your mothers, your aunts, just use it as an example so that it does not happen to you as well. It's always good to learn from other people's um, experiences rather than your own, because you see, you can avoid a lot of heartache and stress, because trust me, women, as in my poem I said, we are full of emotions, good and bad. But yet we are still strong, as women, but we have a lot of emotional. We are more emotional than men. And that is why we're also referred to as like the weaker vessel, because we are full of emotions. But we can still control our emotions and we can channel them in the right way to resolve the issues in our life. I know some situation like abuse or so will need like counseling, prayer, and even fasting sometimes. But usually it requires the person to make a conscious decision to change. And I want someone to make a conscious decision to change tonight. If you're going along the wrong path, women, young ladies, make a conscious decision to say that you are, as my poet said, you're exquisite. You know what being exquisite means? You are special and you're rare. There's no one like you. There's something that stands out about you. When you walk into a room, your very presence, even without speaking, someone should say yes. She's a child of God. She's living a right life. And speaking to the women, the young ladies, middle-aged ladies, older ladies, um, that maybe you're struggling in your faith. Just be confident in your faith and the foundation that you have, because it shows on you whenever you're a person of standard. It shows on you when you walk into a room, when you present your work, it will show on you as well. And so does it also shows when you're someone that does not have integrity. It shows in your speech and your work, how you carry yourself, how you operate with people. So, sometimes we think it is not obvious, but it is quite obvious. And so if you realize that there's someone who is lacking in that certain way as a female, just um, look into yourself. Look into yourself and just try to make the conscious decision to change into something better that will benefit yourself and your children, if you already have children, your husband, your everyone, your relative. You can make them proud to say, well, this is my daughter, this is my mom, this is my wife, this is my aunt, and my niece. So you want to leave this world, because we all have to die someday. You want to leave this world with a legacy. You don't want people coming at your funeral, saying that she did this and that. People will still say it, but at the end of the day, when you turn a new leaf, um, that is what most will matter. There will be naysayers who will keep try bringing back your past, but once you have turned a new leaf, you're going forward. That does not matter. So we want to leave a legacy. We want to leave an example to the world as women, that we did something. You don't have to be famous or popular, but you did something. Your living was not vain. You helped someone along the way. You made a difference. So, once again, that is what I wanted to leave with all the women tonight. God bless you. If you don't know how to pray, that's a really important thing about being a woman. Try to pray. Try to get in the habit of praying, because trust me, the prayers of mothers and women, it does work. It does work. Even if you're unsaved mother, I've seen examples of women who pray, they have an earnest desire and they pray, prayer of women, really, not that the prayer of men don't work, because they're the head, got them, put them in charge, but we're there praying with them, helping that, principalities and powers are being trampled under our feet, and that we get the victory. For women, learn how to pray. If you don't know how to pray, go back to the model prayer in Matthew 25, and learn how to pray. Our Father who art in heaven, follow the pattern. You don't have to pray in the exact words, or follow the pattern of the prayer. And also remember the effectual fervent prayer of the righteous availeth much. So try, one last thing I want to say, women try to be righteous, because that's the best thing at the end of the day for a woman. Try to be righteous. You will always be an example. You will always stand out when you're righteous. Yes, the devil may use certain things to ridicule you, You say you're probably acting like you're better than everybody else, but no, not so. Don't allow the devil to intimidate you. So learn how to pray, learn how to put yourself together, be moderate, respect yourself, and also